Welcome to Patrick Roberts, our new timeline.
Oh, hey, you're here already. Wow. Oh, I'm sorry that this had to take place a little later than what I wanted it to. Um, I really wanted to start it a little bit earlier, but I had a lot of stuff I had to get done. So, it is what it is. Uh, So yeah, and I apologize to anybody who has sent me an email between yesterday and today. I have not had even a chance to check my emails. Things have been crazy. Trying to get this all set up here in a new place and stuff. Lots of paperwork with where I'm living now. Landlord has like a ton of paperwork to fill out, and then it has to be taken to like my bank for bank info, medical info, stuff like that. So, anyways, tonight is the raffle night. I'm gonna wait until people get in here. But I have gone through and got all the names, and they're all right in here. They're all like folded up like that, so you can't see a name in there at all. And none of these, they're all folded the exact same way, and they're all coming apart just like that. So you can see inside. So there's no funny bunny, no funny stuff here. This is going to be real raffle, an honest raffle. We are honest people here, and whoever wins it's gonna be lucky because I have no idea. I've been looking at the photo of that thing, and I'm telling you, I would love to know what them things go for, because if you look at the detail on there, them things coming off the edges, I don't know what you call them, but I would think that thing's got to be worth at least a couple $100, and on top of that, it's knitted from a true Native American. So, uh, yeah, it's a very, very nice piece, very beautiful. Hello, Chappelle. Hey, Sharky. Chloe, Bolt Gun, welcome. Um, Catherine, welcome. I thought I seen if Joe Dirt's still here. Welcome, Joe. And later on, before I do the raffle, I'll probably have somebody on here with me. So we will do the raffle a little bit later. We'll let the tensions build up. No, it's not to keep you around. No. No, it's not. Oh my God, I haven't even had a chance to eat supper. So I had this fruit thing in the refrigerator. So I'm sorry if I am eating some fruit in front of you guys. I'm like hungry, and I got a big stomach to fill. um, mm, there's just so many things that I want to talk about, and I bought notebooks and stuff, and I even have a notepad on my phone to remind myself to bring up a certain subject. And I always forget to even write the damn thing down. I get on to another subject or another task, and there it goes right out the good window. What I wanted to talk about. But I gotta tell you guys something, everybody has been so fucking awesome, and you guys have a heart of gold. I really appreciate every one of you guys helping me out. Um, I told you guys I have to go to the clinic every day. And so today I went to the clinic. And I'm always hoping that I do right with the donations, so I wouldn't want to upset somebody or put the money towards something that would be stupid. So, anyways, today I was at the clinic, and I'm not telling you this story because of what the end result is. I'm telling you this story because it was donated money, and I know that you guys uh I know that you guys have donated the money to me to help me out. But what happened was I got to the clinic and there was a homeless guy outside, and he was about in his 30s, and he was asking for change, and I didn't have any change on me. And I said, "Oh, hold on a second." I thought I had a dollar bill or two in my wallet, and I opened my wallet, and all I had was a $10 bill. So I said, "Well, hold on. I got to run upstairs, get my medicine. It's like 10 minutes." I said, I'll see if I can get some change upstairs. And as I was upstairs, I was thinking to myself, there's been so many people that have donated to me to help me out in my situation. The least I can do is give this guy the $10 bill. I mean, come on, Pat. And then I thought, would they be, would my people who donated to me, would they be upset with me because I gave this guy $10? I mean, I know that you guys wouldn't. It was just a question that popped up in my head. I'm trying to be honest with this story. And, um, and I know that you guys are helping me out, and I could not let this guy walk away without anything. I mean, so anyways, when I got downstairs, I gave him the $10 bill. And I know that you guys wouldn't be upset with that. I know none of you guys would be upset with that. But it's stuff that goes through your head. This is how fucked up this world is. This is how we can still, even though we're awake to a lot of stuff, we can the Satan wants you to fall back into that negative thinking, that greed. And I am not that person, and I never will be, and I never will sell my fucking soul for fucking money. And so, but do you see where I'm getting at? Do you see what was going through my head over a $10 bill? And I cut that fucker right in half, and I said, "No, fucking Satan, you're not gonna make me greedy. No, 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 no. Fuck that." And so I mean, it's just something that's been weighing on me. My thoughts sometimes are, you know, we can't. I don't know if there's a psychiatrist out there that says that your thoughts are your own. There's no fucking way that my thoughts are all my own. There's got to be some other thing going on, like the little whispers, like I'm not hearing people talking to me. I'm not hearing any whispers in my ear. I'm just saying, uh, you know, you got that Satan right on your shoulder, Um, so everybody's saying hi. Rick said, I know that you guys, Pat, I understand what you're saying when you're coming from, but they donated it to you. What you do with it is your business. Yeah, yeah, I know, but I still, it's and it's not any weighing about that situation. I'm just saying, like, if I was to go out and buy like a 94-inch big screen TV, what I mean, that would be in my mind not cool. And I know that, I know what you're saying, Rick. Chloe says, Patrick, for those who receive, they must also give. One hand feeds another and another and so forth. Yes, I totally agree with that, Chloe. That's awesome, Patrick. Oh, thanks, Catherine. By us giving to others, we ultimately give to ourselves. It just works that way in the end, but it must be done with righteousness. Yes, I totally agree. Whoops. I suppose I could have left that on there. Some are genuine. The bad ones make the legit ones look bad. hmm Plenty of times my husband has offered them a job and they say no. Yeah, I know, but I I don't know their situation, and I just know that they're probably hungry, they're cold, and it doesn't matter to me what their past is or what they're doing with their life. I just know that they need somebody to help them in that moment of time. So there is a reason as go with the flow and break the mold are how we flow. Somehow it was lost. Yeah, I totally agree. Hear the observances of feelings to flow through, must here have none. Yeah, I totally agree, Sharky. You are a poet. Shaps, I see that too so much. They can work. Uh, they don't help themselves. Chloe, I think food is better to give them, not money. Yeah, I've heard that before. Never forget at some time we all entertain angels. Were you nice? Oh yeah, of course. I was nice. um, I he actually gave me a hug, and I I guess it's like I forget who just said that. What you do, I gave it to him, so what he does with it, it's his business. But yeah, I would rather him use it for food or something than like drugs or alcohol or something like that. I mean, yeah, no doubt. Um, that's what my parents always did. Oops, did I forget some? Um, I think food is better. Give them. Never forget. At some time, we all enter. Okay, that's what my parents always did. Chaps. A hungry person never turns down food. Oh, yeah, no doubt. Um, Chappelle, donate to food banks and shelters. I donated 6 coolers of food to our local uh, food bank just 2 days ago. You know, if I was in a position at that time, if I had my car, I would have put them in the car and taken them to go get something to eat. But I was under the time pressure and I was not driving, so I local food bank just 2 days ago, and when the compressor suddenly went out at our store. Wow. So how I've given to YouTubers that turn around and donate to other YouTube people. It was a little irritating. Wow. Okay. A huge Pat. That's beautiful. That was his way of feeding your as his souls. That was his way of feeding your and his souls. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, he seemed like a nice guy. You know, I mean, he was very talkative to everybody. Not kind of one of them shriveled up. He didn't look like he was on drugs or anything. Um, Black winged gray tipped are only white winged observances that fell to help bring knowledge throughout spiritual learning. As beacons, placemates, lay points. You know, there's a lady who's in my area. Her and her husband um, are trying to help me out with. I think they're gonna try to help me out with try to find some furniture and stuff like that. Um, she lives like a town over, her and her husband, and they have been so nice through this. You know, when they first donated, had brought food to my hotel room, and uh, I it was so awesome and so much that I had to hunt her down. I don't know how I even got her full name. Her and her husband on Facebook. I think they were originally in contact with my ex-wife, and so I kind of had to backtrack, and I found them on Facebook, and just wanted to say, you know, thank you. I know I said thank you at the hotel, but I wanted to say thank you again, and you know, do a little write up. But I haven't gotten around to doing that yet. Um, I've been wanting to update the GoFundMe to let everybody know how things are going and uh, stuff like that. But I haven't even had time to do that. It's just time is going by so fast. There's like not enough time in a day anymore. Um, I've given a huge. Sorry about that. It just jumped up. Uh, did you get an email today from me, Patrick? I will check my emails, Joe. At the beginning of the show, I apologize to everybody who, if you sent me an email, um, I have not had a chance to check my emails yet. I will definitely check emails after the show, after the stream. I don't know why I keep calling it a show. It's not a fucking show. It's just a stream. Uh, Good evening, Brenda. Let's see, Chloe. You guys must also keep in mind it's hard out there. Living on the streets is tough, and the way people treat and degrade you, it must be cold some nights, hard to sleep always. Do you blame, you know? And that's the thing is that we live here in Wisconsin. It gets cold. it's cold during the day. So, and the temperature drops a lot at night. Um, I didn't ask him any questions. I don't know if he's in a shelter, and he just came out to try to see if he could get enough money to get something to eat or something, or maybe some clothing or something. I know that if he is at the shelter, they probably, give them hot meals or something. But maybe he needed something that, you know, medical or clothing or something. You don't know, and I didn't have time to get in a conversation with the guy. um, hey, Propagate, welcome. Always feed yourself positive content to condense the negative vibes. Chloe, I get you 100% Chappelle. However, there have been some rare, far and few times where I've seen that sometimes people just need some encouragement and someone to believe in them. But yes, they do need to take part in helping themselves. Things aren't free nor come without working for them. Chloe, totally agree. I do, however, question why they have no family or friends to help out. You know, maybe they just could be numerous things. Um, there are, I mean, it could happen to where you're like you have no brothers or sisters, and your parents that die off. Um, uh, yeah, or you could you your your mom and dad didn't have brothers and sisters, so then you didn't have any aunts and uncles. Yeah, you just don't know. Um, they're victims of circumstance. Yeah. Hey, Bill, how's it going? So we are starting to get people in the room, and like I said, we have that raffle. And I noticed as I was going through the donations that some of you guys are in here. You've got extra tickets in here because you've donated twice. Um, so I seen that a few of you people, you guys donated twice, and I'm like, wow, thank you. And there's like one or two that even donated three times, and so I appreciate it. So basically, if you donated once or twice, whatever, you will have that number of tickets. I think that's fair. Um, so, anyways, I got the tickets in here. If you guys didn't see them earlier, I pulled them out. What they are, you cannot see the name anywhere on these tickets. I folded them up pretty good, and they're all like that. They're all basically folded almost the same, pretty much the same. So I can't go in there and feel for some certain one or whatever. It's gonna be an honest raffle. And if you guys took a look at the Shaw, uh, I would love to know if Creek Mary gets on here, or maybe some of you guys may know how much them things would actually cost if you were to go to a craft store or a craft. You know how they have them outside the craft shows and stuff. If you had to buy that from a Native American woman who made it up herself, handmade, how much that would cost? Um, I think it's beautiful. I would think it would keep people warm. So I'm guessing that's got to be worth at least a couple $100. Um, I don't know how long. I need to get some information from Creek Mary. If you're out there listening, Creek, like how much time did you spend on it? Um, the price is not that big of a deal. It was just a thought of mine how much you'd have to pay for something like that. But I would like to know how much time Creek Mary had spent on making this. And Patrick, it would cost $50 or more. Yeah. Okay. Um, the one with the least looking for kindness as change could be uh, Almighty, just seeing how you trust here and money is in such thing, but even change is change. Yeah, I've thought of that before. What if someday I see a homeless person and it's actually Jesus Christ, putting us through a test. I was going to say around $80. Patrick, it would cost 50. Okay. Um, hey, what's happening, Bill? So, Brenda, it's all the love that she put into making it that makes it beautiful. Exactly. I'm going to put a link in the chat, and anybody who would like to come in is more than welcome to come in. And like last night, we'll have to keep it to 3 people in at a time. When one person drops out, then I can get another person on. Welcome, Elgo. How's it going, buddy? So I just put the link in there if you want to come on and be on here as I do this raffle. That would be awesome. Hey, Bolt Gun, welcome. How's it going, Bolt Gun?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good.
Hey, your sound is awesome too. You're coming in clear. So what you been up to today?
Oh, matter of fact, I spent most of the day on Boyne's channel. We're about 4 hours over. I didn't get anything done. Had to go to the chiropractor acupuncture this morning.
Yeah.
Went in town, got to see how bad everybody's. So that's one thing I was telling them on there is that down here at this river town, there was about, I don't know, there were a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago, there was a good bit of people that wasn't wearing their masks when you go in Walmart and some of the stores down there and stuff. And today we went down there and went into Aldi's and everybody had them on. Mm-hmm. Me and my wife was the only two that didn't have them on. So something happened. I mean, they're riding in their cars with them on. There's a fella sitting straight across from us in the car by himself. Or I stayed out there and watched, and he was pulling his mask down, take a drink of water, push it back up, and was sitting in the car by himself.
Oh, wow. So welcome. We have Elgo and Rick in the chat. I guess we will try 4 and see how it seems to be working so far. So how you guys doing?
Go ahead, Rick. Say hi.
Hi.
Oh, there you go. Hey, Rick. What's up, buddy? You got the lion and the lamb. That's awesome.
Yeah. Not like that, no. Yeah, I'm Bogun. You did a show earlier, right? Who were you on with earlier? Was it
Yeah,
Voyney?
I was on. Yeah, Voyney.
Oh, I knew I seen you because I heard earlier you talking about that, and yeah, it's scary, ain't it? Like you return someplace that you haven't been in like a week, and it's completely changed. For like 2 weeks, And
yeah, because I don't watch the news and stuff. I don't know what they told him or what happened.
Well, it was when he came out with the second mask. Probably is when they took the download. You know, and all the stores that weren't kind of doing like with the mask. I think they got like a little ear, an earful from the like CDC or whoever, I
Would
think.
you guys hear the new one?
What's that?
The damn glasses and the goggles.
Well, yeah, that's not that new. The goggles aren't that new.
No, I'm talking about what they announced. I know they ain't.
What's this?
I'm saying what they announced about them.
No, what did they announce?
That people that wear glasses or goggles are 2 to 3 times less likely to contract COVID. Just announced that yesterday, I think. So
right.
now you know what's coming now.
Well, they had said about I don't know, it was about 2 months ago or something. Fauci had came out and suggested people started wearing goggles, because it can be transmitted through the eye. And I've always said that's where this disease started at, in the eye, because everybody was viewing it on television. So it started. That's where it originally started, and it was a virus of the eye.
Corona.
A crown of the eye.
Crown of the eye.
Did I miss something in chat, Elgo? When I see your post that says Patrick couldn't help himself. You were talking to Brenda. So what was that all about?
Dude, I have no idea. I was I was just yapping shit. I have no idea. Oh no, I know what it was. I know what it was. You said you were going to only have a couple of people on, and then you had 4, and then you had 5, and Brenda's like more than 4. And I said, no, Patrick couldn't help himself.
Well,
that's
we're all coming in good, right?
None of you guys,
everything's good.
None of you guys can listen to directions, and I feel bad if I don't bring you on. No.
Well, and everybody else could, but you should have just left them in the backstage until they effed it up, until you bounced me and brought on Sharky. But you're such a kind-hearted dude that you couldn't do that.
Yeah, no. See, it's working great tonight. That's awesome.
Hey, can I give you an inside tip to tomorrow night?
Sure.
Do you guys know who Rachel Reenstra is?
Mm-hmm.
She was a Hollywood actress who had a television series about animals for so many years. And then she spoke out about chemtrails, and her world kind of got rocked.
Mm-hmm.
And she had a great channel, and it just recently got kicked from YouTube. She is gonna be with me tomorrow night on Algo Radio.
Awesome,
Sweet.
Awesome.
So,
yeah, I listened to her show.
That crazy blonde broad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. She's awesome.
You know how I feel like that I've passed away? Yeah, around 2016. She used to have an animal show.
Animal Planet. Yeah.
Yeah, and I could have swore she got killed by a bear. She was attacked by a bear.
Oh, dude, I hope you're there tomorrow because you got to put that in chat, and we got to talk about that. That's the Mandela effect.
Do you think
epic.
she would want to talk about that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I remember that.
You remember that, Sharky?
I remember
seriously,
hearing
Sharky?
About that. I seriously remember hearing about that.
Yeah, the girl, she was a young blonde who had only been on the show for a few years, and she got in. I don't know. She was in with a bear and told that it was safe for her, and the bear just mauled her.
Oh, that would be she would love to talk about that Mandela effect.
So wait, this really did this this like a personal Mandela effect for her,
Well,
or
Rick, she's alive, and if
well, I know
Sharky,
that. I know that because like I seen her a couple months ago on with Photo Helix before he passed.
right? But if
Yeah.
if Sharky and Patrick have the Mandela effect that she died by being mauled by a bear, that's a pretty amazing conversation.
Well, now I didn't see it. I do recall
Right.
hearing
Same.
about
Right.
that.
Yeah, but what I'm getting to is maybe someone
And-
did die, but
Well,
was
yeah,
mauled
we could
by
do
a.
the research. We'll have to do the research and see if any other.
Probably should check it out tomorrow. Make
I
sure it's
don't-
not her.
Now,
Yeah, I don't think it. I don't think it was any other girl. But I mean, if you do the research, it will tell you whether a girl on wherever we are did die. So then it wouldn't be a Mandela effect. It was just a different blonde-haired girl. But
That could be.
if there's
Right.
nothing that shows up of a girl being that worked for Animal Planet and was mauled by a bear, if that doesn't show up, then it would be a Mandela effect for me. Because
Absolutely.
I definitely remember hearing
Right,
about it.
because you remember, right? Yeah.
And for Sharky too.
It was all over.
Right.
It was all over the entertainment, news entertainment or something. Remember the ET? You guys remember that?
Yeah,
show? It's like a
Entertainment
news-
Tonight. Yeah,
Yeah. So
Entertainment Tonight.
yeah, it was all over that show, and the people were really, really sad that ran that show because they were friends with her because she was on there a lot with
Patrick,
with animals.
You're
What?
blowing my mind, Patrick.
I'll go.
Go ahead, brother.
Hey, and Patty's been here in my house, and Patty knows I've talked to him about this before. But Patty should remember. I've known different Patties. When in around 16 or whatnot, I knew a Patty that was an Army veteran, and he was getting money from being disabled through the Army. I've known a Patty that had only one daughter. That was it. And how many kids have you got, Patty?
5.
5. And
Two daughters.
Patrick, do you remember when I'd call you and I would always kind of start it off with like, how many kids do you know I've got? Just because I'm trying to see, because I've lost 2 through encephalocele, or it's a form of spina bifida. So I'm always trying to see, or
Encephalitis?
encephalocele is what it was called. Yeah, spina bifida. But those rule books have changed with our anatomy, so it's like I'm always trying to, or I used to, or I haven't done it in a long time, at least a year. But I would call Patty, I would ask, how many does he remember I had, just to see if it had changed, because I know it had changed with me and him. And it's just weird things like that, so, I can totally see Rachel, with that, but here, no, never. So I'm just letting you know with a reference of what we're talking about, and with our, gracious host here, Patrick, there has been oddities like that with me to observe over the last freaking at least 16. I'm assuming is when I got in touch with a lot of y'all. Algo and Patrick, and I know Algo with Digi and stuff. We got to talk one time on Digi, and hope that guy's doing really well.
Digi's doing all right.
Missing, yeah, that's good.
Crunchy B said, "I can't find anything about a cast member of Animal Planet being killed by a bear."
Well, Crunchy B, do this. Rachel's was not called Animal Planet. It was something on ABC. It wasn't called Animal Planet. So you might check that, Crunchy B. I can't remember the name of her show, but she was nominated for Emmy Awards twice. It was called something else, but she was on ABC. So if you look that up, Crunchy B, you might find something different. But that'd be crazy. I mean,
I think Disney put her show out, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Until they asked her to send a message about I'm trying to let me think real quick. They wanted her to not talk about a certain conservation aspect, and she said no thanks, and they fired her. And that was after she had 3 Emmy nominations. So it was kind of a thing. But she's going to be on the Algo Radio tomorrow night with me.
I'll try to make it there. I don't know what time you go on. I might be.
So what is
then,
she doing then? What is she going to do?
8:30 Mountain Time, 9:30 Central, 10:30 Eastern. It's not going to be too late.
Do you know what she's going to do?
What do you mean?
Is she going to start a new channel? Is she going somewhere else?
She did start a new channel. She does have an LBRY. She does have a Odyssey and LBRY are the same thing. She works for a company called Wild Tonic, which is an awesome kombucha. How do you say that? It's that kind of an alcohol. So she repped for them, and she started a new channel. It's very small now. Now she only has like 12 subscribers, and she's on LBRYs. So
actually,
she's going for it.
I think her show was called something like Animal Adventure or something like that.
Yeah, you're very close. Somebody in chat, what are you blue wrenches? Go find out. The Wildlife Docs. The Wildlife Docs.
With Rachel?
No, the Wildlife Docs. Crunchy B got it. The Wildlife Docs.
Oh, it was called the Wildlife Docs. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they went and rescued little animals, and they went out there and Wildlife Docs. That's right.
Yeah.
Crunchy B gets the gold star. And not for being medically exempt like that person in the UK that you try to put a gold star on.
So just so y'all know, this is only going to be a 2-hour show tonight because I have to get some sleep tonight. I got to be up at 4 a.m. So
dude,
no 5-hour show.
Yeah, we could do like 30 minutes and bounce.
No, we don't need to make it that short. Tonight's a special night. It's raffle night.
Raffle night.
Anybody who has donated to the GoFundMe or whatever was donated has got their name in here. And I noticed as I was going through the names that some people have donated a couple times. And so I threw, every time they donated, I wrote out an extra ticket. I didn't know that some of you had donated more than once. And I thank every one of you guys for you guys' help. It has been tremendous. I am so grateful, man. I really am. I would not be under a roof and sleeping on a nice air mattress without you guys. And this air mattress is awesome, actually. It's got like a big pillow thing on it.
Crowdsource the love.
Yeah, so thank you guys. Wow, you guys are really quiet for a panel.
All right, well, I got got a subject.
Okay.
What do you guys think about what's going on with this fake pass bullshit over in the Middle East?
The Green Pass in Israel?
Yeah, the Green Pass, yes. Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't listened to the news in a couple of days, so I don't know what's going on.
Well, they're counterfeiting passes for vaccines over in Israel.
Uh-huh.
Okay, like you need to go places, you need to have a vaccine, and they give you a pass when you get the vaccine.
Uh-huh.
Supposedly, there's already been it was over millions that have been counterfeit.
Well, because they're smart. The black market's going to thrive.
But it's all this whole thing is going to be corrupt.
Well, yeah, but as the pandemic,
it's already stood, like it's not even really administered yet, and there's already corruption in it.
Well, yeah, because as the pandemic moves forward, the regular people who know better are going to say "F that," and they're going to black market.
Right.
This whole thing has been a bizarre ass show. So
yeah, I mean,
why not? Why not? You know, it's like good for them.
Yeah, that should encourage you, Rick. That should encourage you.
No, seriously.
You know, I mean, you got to realize our host, put a piece of duct tape on his mouth, and Walmart said, no.
How could you
worldwide Walmart?
How could you corrupt the biggest corruption? Right?
Exactly, Patrick. Exactly.
So
kudos. Do you think maybe
kudos to them?
Do you think? Oh, well, all right. So, all right. Well, what I was going to say, do you think maybe the people that are putting the pass out there are maybe the same people that are counterfeiting, that are selling it illegally?
Hell yeah! And as soon as it comes to the U.S., that's what I'm going to do.
Right. I mean, of course, that's what we would all of us who are not going to get the vax. I would assume you'd all be looking for some black market ordeal so you could buy food and stuff like that.
Right. So, Rick, did you ever see that movie Incorrigible Bastards? Or no, is that what it's called? Brad Pitt, where he's hunting Nazis?
Inglorious.
No, when the
Inglorious
Nazis
Bastards.
stacked up. Yeah.
Inglorious Bastards. Thank you, Sharky.
Yeah,
did you ever see that?
I have.
You know the way they carved that on there changed.
Right, they did. No, it did.
Yeah.
But before you go into that Mandela effect, at the end of the movie, the girl locked all the Nazis into the theater and burned the son of a bitch
set it on fire. Yeah.
So if they're going to give us a bullshit pandemic and they're going to expect us to do something, fuck that, dude. I'm going to be the one counterfeiting all the cards for everybody, and I'm going to mail them out for my cost. And we're going to say, no, thank you. We can't beat you in numbers, and your drones will kill us, so we have to go around you. But that should be no surprise to you, Rick.
I didn't think it would happen this early. I knew that there would be corruption, but I mean, it's barely. Yeah,
it's been a year.
I guess over in Israel, it's a lot further ahead than it is.
It's been a year since you've been locked down.
Yeah.
We should have been counterfeiting this shit 6 months ago.
Yeah, if it was, no, that's not true.
Yeah, we're behind the curve. The powers that be want to destroy Western civilization, and we are behind the curve.
That was yeah. Oh well, the way they were talking when they rolled this out, they pulled off like 3 or 4 moves in one move.
14 days to flatten the curve.
No, but
right?
what I'm saying
14 days to flatten the curve.
Yeah, but as it drug on, they took it a lot faster than what they.
Yeah, which is why we should have been counterfeiting this. Yeah, exactly. That's why we should have been pushing against it and counterfeiting stuff 6 months ago. So we're behind, and we're going to catch up. And humanity is going to say F no, and we will get through this. I promise you guys, we will get through this. There's no reason to be depressed or sad.
I'm almost thinking there will be enough people that that are not going to take it. I don't think there. I'm starting to think that there's not going to be enough people that are going to take it.
Right, there already are.
Enough for them to finally put a stop to this. But
I don't know about that.
The elite think they can win at this, so they're going to keep trying. I mean, they've gone this far. They've taken us a year into this. They don't plan on stopping. So
no, they're all in, brother.
So we need to have plans to be able to feed our families and stuff. So, welcome, Esther. And we'll get to the join pretty soon because I don't want to keep everybody up waiting for the join. I know some of you guys need to get to bed and stuff, so I won't keep you guys much longer. We'll do the draw within like 5 or 10 minutes. But yeah, no, I agree with what were you expecting, Rick? I mean, what did you not think that this was a fair thing for these guys to do?
No, I already answered that question, Pat. I just didn't think it would happen so soon. You know, I didn't think that it would be, you know. And then I said, I guess they're a lot further off in Israel than we are, you know. So,
mm-hmm.
You know, you don't hear people over here counterfeiting it.
No, not
you know
yet.
what I mean?
Not yet.
And the number that I heard over in Israel was huge. I couldn't believe it. Like, I don't want to quote the number right now, but what I heard, it was like, you got to be kidding me.
I didn't even know that they're handling, because I do know a few people that already got the vax, and I haven't heard anything about them getting some sort of number or form. So I didn't know what was going on with that.
You heard where'd Algo go? Oh, Algo, we lost Algo. You heard what Algo said, right? They wanted that guy. What was it, in New England or something, to wear a gold star, a yellow star, because he was immunized, and everybody else in the store needed to know that he was immunized, so they wanted to put a gold star on him.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's what they did in Nazi Germany. That's pretty messed up.
And you know who did that, right? Who was behind that too, right? IBM was behind that. So it's another computer. And you know, I'm sure, isn't IBM like Microsoft or something? Are they the same? Or I know IBM's got their hands in this somewhere.
Algo is back. Hey, Algo, we're still on the topic of.
Hey, buddy. Could you guys hear me there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I told Patty a bit earlier. I got on the phone with him just a little bit before this, but I had something that kind of freaked me out when I went back to my Facebook and memories, and it's when you're observing another you, and the entire situation is different. And I kind of want to throw that in here with what we were talking about with Rachel and kind of things, because it it's one of those things that just literally trips me up every time it happens, and I'm just like, what am I looking at here? But there was a picture of me. I had taken my son from my memory. I had taken my son to a best friend from high school, growing up together. He had a daughter that was graduating at college and was an art degree, so she had a big art exhibition going on. And I went up there with my son, and then after that we went to dinner. And at that dinner there was me, my friend Benji, his wife Rebecca. They had two daughters, and both daughters had boyfriends. And then there was also a girl I used to see a lot. That's a best friend that I used to date off and on. That didn't never work out. But my friend Kelly, and I think that was about it. There might have been one or two other people. But the picture that popped up on my Facebook, I'm like looking, and somebody was like, yeah, I miss all these people. And I'm looking at this picture, and I'm like, I zoom in, and I'm like, well, hell, there's me. And I'm like, looking over here at the end of the table next to a person. And so there's no room for my son there. And then I'm like, I saw some dude with a beard, and I automatically thought it was Benji, my friend, but it's not. And I don't even see him or his daughters in there. And there's these other people and I've not saw since high school. But there's a picture of me at this table with these people I was in band and shit with, without Benji even being in a dang picture, or his daughters. And I'm like, what am I looking at? And where is my son?
So you don't remember where that photo was taken or anything like that?
No, I remember the photo. I totally remember the photo, but everything about the photo except for me is different.
Wrong. Yeah.
Oh.
It's just another me. I saw it tonight, or about 2 hours ago, and I wrote my friend just went, and I told Sunny, I think she went to bed, but I kind of mentioned a little bit to her. And I'll talk to her more about it tomorrow. But
well, Sharky, I'd have to ask you something. Throughout your lifetime in this realm, have you had a good enough memory to remember all the pictures that were taken of you, all the places you have been, all the times people were with you? And some people do. Some people have that memory, and some don't. And so I would just ask if, as you analyze this and walk through it, are you known that was a different thing, or did you just not kind of remember? Because a lot of people don't really remember that stuff.
Well, there was I'm not as bright, right, with my remembrances as I used to be. But I used to, it's a simple thing like this. Like I worked for Bob and Cherry, and they had a video store, and I would have to know, because they were on a card index system, and it was a pay now or pay later, but there was no computer. It was index card. So I would recognize people's names and their faces, and then refer that to, do I remember them owing money or not? Kind of a thing.
Okay, so you have a pretty good memory.
Place. Right. And then once they changed over to a tobacco store, it was an entirely different, it was a little small store, right? So, but, they brought in all these things, lighters, crazy things. And, I was basically a member of their family, that had been working for him for 6 to 8 years. And so, I would let them know. I'm like, I did not see somebody come in and take this, but something is missing in this spot. and then they would recognize it and go, okay, yeah, that was stolen, or kind of thing. Now I'm the dumbass that told them also. The boss collected old cameras, the black box cameras, from long ago, and I would put together the cardboard cutouts, and sometimes the movies have little blinky lights, little red light, blinks in the eyes or whatever to make the cardboard cutout just in it with a little battery. And I took one of them little blinky things and stuck it into one of his cameras, and you wouldn't believe how many people come in there and thought they were being recorded back in the late 90s. And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, they would literally say, "Is that a camera?" back then, and I'm just like, well, I don't know. I just work here. But I literally put the little blinky light in the camera so it would blink red, and to deter, deter theft.
Right. So your memory is not suspect. You remember all that stuff.
It's not suspect. It's not.
You remember
suspect.
The people. You remember the videos.
I mean, it is suspect, but I always had a pretty good one.
Right. And
I don't know what's going on here, but yeah.
No. So that's the point right there. So if your memory is that valid for those things, and you see a photograph that you don't recognize where you remember your son being right next to you and he's not, then yeah, that's a thing. And that's a crazy thing.
It is. It truly is. And I've got several photos that are like that make no sense with the way I knew my life was. And this is just another one that popped up today, just like, kind of like okay, thank you. Thank you. Now, just to help me along because I've been depressed today and all that kind of stuff. So just help me along and realize, don't worry about this place so much.
Right.
Look, I mean, I was evidently doing fine and talking to people, and I don't know where my son is at, but I was talking to people I haven't seen since high school.
And in that moment, that photograph, everything was fine.
Everything was fine, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like hanging around the corner, like going, hey, kind of without no beard, just with a goatee, thing going
without
on
a beard.
without the hair, it's just like bald as ever, but just shave, like that much on the sides, and I was just having a good time. And like,
we can't even imagine Shark Khan without a beard.
Probably not anymore. No. But,
holy cow, that thing's epic.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's kind of like Batman without ears.
You're right. Yeah, no kidding. If they cut the ears off, it'd be like, no, that's not even the thing. That's not even.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, the way that I see it, though,
Batman,
from your story, the way Patrick has had to navigate his past couple of months and all the things that he's done, Patrick has definitely been Mandela, and he's definitely shared it. But here he is now making this new life in this new place with these different things. And so if that photograph, if you're going to get hooked on that photograph, you're going to get stuck. And I think that's what the dark side wants. I think it wants us to get stuck. Mind games that we can't figure out. And they want us to be, unpowerful. They want us to be to where we feel victimized, and they want us to feel all that bullshit. Yeah. And I say, yeah, exactly, diffused. And I say, no, thank you.
And I do too. I just acknowledge it.
I agree.
It does mess me up. It did mess me up, and I, had to, tell some people about it. Including here, which is everybody. I'm telling everybody about it, but it's not a video. It's just. I mean, it's whatever. We're just talking. Whatever. It's a video still, but but it did happen, and
David
I'm
Wilson
just
in the
like,
house.
okay, you know, and you just go with it. But you know, it slaps you in the face for a little bit.
Well, yeah, sure it does.
But it's just like, well, whatever, you know.
It makes you try to get you. It tries to throw you off your center.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
Hey, David, welcome. Okay, so here's what we got to do.
Time for the raffle.
Solo layout I have right now. So stay calm, gentlemen. I'll bring you back up so everybody can see your pretty little faces when I'm done with the raffle. All right. Does everybody see me? Does everybody see me and hear me loud and clear? Put a 1 in the chat if you can totally see me very well and hear me very well, because we are about to raffle off a beautiful shawl. I'm so happy to do this, and I thank Creek Mary for making it. She has been awesome, and so we are going to have a lucky winner. Whoever wins this, Creek Mary will ship it to you. So we'll have to get Creek Mary's email or something so you guys can get in contact with whoever wins this can get in contact with Creek Mary. I will definitely be helping you guys out contact each other. Da 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 da. Okay. Shaking it up. Are we ready? Drum roll, please. Are we ready? Okay. Here goes. My hand. Can you guys see it? Okay. My hand is going in. We have this one right here. And I will unravel the name. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Aaron Bragg. Aaron Bragg is the winner.
Yay, okay. Aaron Bragg.
Aaron Bragg. I thank everybody, and I am going to keep the names in here because I want to do something for you guys. So I haven't figured out what I'm going to do, but I know I'm going to need this. So, and I don't want to rewrite the names all over and put them in there again. So, because that took some time. That took some time. So I will keep the names in there because I definitely want to do. I want to do something personally for you guys. Now, Aaron Bragg, you can now brag about what you won. That's funny. Congratulations, Aaron. Yes, congratulations, Aaron. That's a beautiful shawl that you won. Oh shit, I'm sorry. We got them guys back in here. Exit solo layout. Hey guys, I forgot you guys were here.
Hey, congratulations, Aaron Bragg. Good job. So, thanks for helping Patrick get back on his feet. Everybody who donated, that's amazing. Seriously. What a great community to give $5 or $1 or whatever.
Yes.
To help a guy they never met. A big old dude with the beard and a hat that has a W. And we think it's a George W. hat, but we're not sure. That might be a conspiracy theory.
It's Wisconsin.
Okay, Wisconsin. Yeah, I mean that's fucking amazing.
Badger.
You kind of look like a badger.
It's awesome. I look like a badger.
Kind of. You kind of got that snarl.
That was one of my favorite comic books growing up. A guy called the Badger, who was a superhero, but he was also a paranoid schizophrenic.
Wow.
Yo, I'm not lying.
Dude,
I am not lying, man.
Why not, Rick? Why not?
Yeah, I'm not lying. The Badger was one of his personalities. He was a badass dude, man. The Badger.
Well,
who made it? It was by First Comics.
Yeah.
By First Comics. Yo, I pull it out. I pull it out and show you, but I just put the comics in storage.
That's awesome, Rick.
No,
everybody. I don't know. I can talk for myself, but I believe everybody here has a flip side, and you become Darkman. And Darkman. Did you ever see that movie?
They were like superheroes too, weren't they?
Yeah. He was a scientist, and kind of got blowed up, and he had to figure out how to make his new face, and he figured out he couldn't. It only lasted for so long, but
that was a pretty good movie.
It was a good movie, it was back in the 80s and shit, and it got kind of severed his feelings. He couldn't feel his body, so he had superhuman strength because he didn't know when he was getting burned and shit like that.
Right.
But he had the intelligence to make these different faces and get back at the bad guys, basically that had
Darkman, you said?
Yeah, it's called Darkman. Yeah, but yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
But I got to ask you something, Sharky, though.
Oh, okay.
If you are the Batman and everything that you've ever done that was good was because you suffered pain and loss, do you really have a dark side anymore?
Well,
it's a trick question.
Shark Khan now is literally. I used to love Transformers, and that's how I picked my name. And so, but that actually is artificial intelligence. And what the thing with those beings were that there was a spark that was their soul. And
but that's in us too.
Premise is it is, but it would be inside a mechanical body. There was still a spark, and you still had humans there. But they were the same. But what would happen, as well as they didn't show the human side of it, but if like you died, you would go into the all spark.
Right.
And inside that all spark are all the sparks of all.
Yeah,
which is like us. So it's a bit of a mix.
Plus, we're the eternal light.
Sandwich of artificial, which we see here. We see the NPCs. We see them, whatever these things are that are just a hive mind. And then you got us. And we're like, what are y'all guys doing? And we're trying to go the other way. And so, but it's all the same part of the freaking sandwich. So, no matter if time doesn't exist, no matter what's going on, we're still going to be where we're going to be, I think, in the long run. Now, I don't know what's going to go on here, but it is going very bizarre. But I don't think anything here can destroy that spark of what you are supposed to be. no matter if you got the NPCs out there, their spark, and then you got the
right.
like us going our spark. We're still warring, with each other in a bit of a way, and I think that's I don't know what I think.
No, you said it well. You said it well.
I mean, the AllSpark, it makes sense. Like I always did like that about the Transformers with the AllSpark, especially when I found out that we had a spark in us too when we are conceived. There's it's neat. Something to think about.
It's just something to think about, and I don't know, but
I seen a microscopic picture of an instant of the flash of the eternal light, and in it was red, and it had a face in it.
Yeah,
you could see like it was a light. It was a red light inside the cell, and there was a face in there.
Mm-hmm.
It was wild. And it was like it wasn't a computer image. It wasn't it was a real picture of the supposedly the spark. Inside when it actually happened. So
I'll tell you something from a few years back. I know I made a video on it, but I forget what you call it. There was a thing that people used to draw on the bulletin boards, or on the freeways or whatnot. Of it. It was a dude, and he had his little fingers.
Right, coming up over, and his nose.
And it was like that with a big nose. I saw that in a cloud here at my house.
Really?
Yes. And then what happened is I got my son in the car. I was like looking up because it was after the Mandela effect, and I was like seeing all these faces and stuff. I was like, what the crap is that? I drove 10 minutes down the road, took my son to school, and I'm in a small one light town, and I went over to the post office after that, and was sitting there waiting for the post office to open up at 8:00, and I'm looking out my window, and the entire screen of the clouds looked like a block, right? Like a block, and it was going, across. And here comes that same exact, 1970s,
wow.
Kilroy. I don't know what it was called. It was called something, or I don't know what it wasn't Kilroy.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah, it wasn't Kilroy, but I know
it was something. Something with a name. It had an actual name. And here it comes across while I'm sitting there in my car 10 minutes away, and it was just like I'm watching a rolling projector. It's like somebody up there is doing this click, 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 click. And it was the weirdest thing. But we saw so many weird things that
it is kind of weird. I mean,
it should not happen.
No,
you cannot win the lottery here, but you'll see consecutive numbers. You'll talk about something, and all of a sudden, there's a video pops up and somebody talking about the same freaking thing. I mean, these kind of things happen here, and it's just it's fascinating. But like you can't get rich here, evidently. It's not for us.
Sharky, that's just the algorithm listening to you and suggesting things you talk about.
Yeah, you remember I was telling you on your show how I think the computer is getting tired of us. Basically,
yeah, absolutely.
Thinking of things, because we are creators and thinking of things, and it's got to show it to us.
Right. We're running it, and we don't even know we're running it, and it's getting tired of us. You're right. It's tired of our nonsense, and we continue to. Humans are so expressive and so have so much imagination that we can make it follow us anywhere. And yeah, it fucking hates that, of course. Sorry, Patrick. Didn't mean to cuss.
Yeah, we create literally when we dream.
No problem.
While we are asleep, we create everything.
Worlds that it can never follow or fathom. Absolutely.
And then
but we do that. We do that when we're awake as well.
We do. And what's fascinating is, you can go back into those dreams. I had a few weeks back, I was laying down to take a nap, and all of a sudden, my mind just, you're tired. You just ate some whatever, beans and chili or whatever. I don't know, whatever I was eating. Rice, cornbread or something. But, you lay down, and it's like 10 o'clock in the morning, and I just kind of go a bit blank. And then I start remembering a dream I had from 2 months ago. And it all comes back. And then, you can choose to go into that dream. Or you cannot. Sometimes it's a bad, I've had dreams where, I was a woman. I've had dreams where I was, I don't know what it was.
Well, I'd say some
different races basically.
Yeah, but I'd say some people can go back and find their dreams. Not everybody can do that. And Sharky, you as a woman is frightening.
Oh man. I was trying to get to the job one time, right? And I kept wondering why these guys were coming on to me. And I got in a bus, and then something happened. There was a wreck, and then I had to go into the woods. Then there was some backwoods people kind of there, and they were all kinds of fucked up, really. Somehow I kind of escaped from them, got into another vehicle, just trying to get to work. And once I got to work, I realized these dudes were like hitting on me. And I looked down.
You're a hot chick, yeah.
And, no, I wasn't hot, man. I was not hot, but I had the parts in the right spot, And I was supposed to be dancing that night, and I'm like,
"No, you dreamt you were a stripper, dude. You dreamt you were a stripper. That's awesome."
Yeah,
so,
and
Patrick,
I've dated strippers, so it's just like, okay.
Patrick, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Who won the shawl again?
Aaron Bragg.
Aaron Bragg won the shawl. That's amazing. And can we still continue to go to your GoFundMe?
Yes. I'm leaving it up for like another week or two.
Okay, cool. Because I get paid. I get paid a week from Friday, and
Where were they?
Actually I've been thinking about it of what I want to do. I want to have like a special night where I sit down and the video is going to be about a lot of you guys. The good people that you guys are, and
can you do a special thing tonight and shout out the chat?
I can't read without my glasses, and
I can't.
Can I do it for you?
That's a good excuse.
I got to drop out.
I don't need glasses.
A little bit.
Can I do it for you?
Sure, you can do it.
Can we say hi to Britt Mitchell? Hi, Joe Dirt, Catherine M, Crunchy B, Esther Glenn, Rationality with the Big Blue Wrench, Malia Heyer, how are you? David Wolf, always good to see David Wolf. We have Chappelle. We have, I already said those people. Oh, but we got to shout Chappelle again. And Joe Dirt. And I think maybe we covered it.
No, you missed Catherine. I seen Catherine in there.
Oh, Catherine M's there. You're right.
And
Thank you. Yeah.
Did you say Esther? I don't remember if you said
I did say Esther. I did say David Wolf.
And you said Milena?
Malia. Malia's here.
Oh, Malia.
Yeah.
Malena.
See, and if you're Malena, if you're in Ireland, you call her Malaya, or Scotland, you call her Malaya. But if you're in the U.S., you call her Malia. But yeah, Esther's here. That's awesome.
Or if you're in Wisconsin, you call her Malena.
Malena. And of course, our good friend Rationality.
Princess Leia.
Princess Malia.
Hey, Rationally. Welcome.
Rash.
Rationality. We
Rash.
love that woman.
Rash is in the house.
Sharkticon, Bullgun, Joe. All you guys.
I just want. Yeah.
Wow, Joe Dirt is here. Oh wow, I like that movie, Joe Dirt. You're so cool, Joe Dirt.
Hazel Brown is here. Hazel Brown is here.
Bill is here.
Bill Clinton.
Bill
Stegman.
Bill Steg.
It would be cool if Bill Clinton were here.
Isn't that like what's that movie that guy had that special name? American
Stegman.
American. He is what was that?
Stegman?
Yeah.
In
American Pie. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. You kind of had the name right. It doesn't sound exactly how you pronounce it, but you're pretty close.
I think you should sing American Pie, Patrick.
I don't know the tunes. How does it go? So give me a rhythm.
Bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy
to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old girls.
What?
Girls.
Good old boys singing Whiskey and Rye.
Good old boys. Okay, come on, Sharky. Good old boys.
We're drinking whiskey and rye, singing. This'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die.
Could you imagine, like, when it's actually time to go, you just don't even know it, and you're just like right into another realm.
Hey,
we've already done that.
Happens.
What?
We've already done it. Jesus,
you think
we've
so?
Already done it.
What did Algo say?
We're in this weird spot. Yeah,
I said that would be an amazing thing. And Sharky says we already did it in 2012 when we shifted from the Sagittarius arm to the Capricorn arm.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah. And we're waiting to get out of this place because we're just like,
people
blowing
think
up.
we are
It is blowing up around us.
People think we are nuts when we say we're from Sagittarius.
Yeah. I wanted to say to Malaya, I looked over because I got I can't do two things at once. I'm a dupus, but I looked over when I was saying some stuff earlier, and
hey, we're the aliens.
What my stripper name was, and I was actually in like seventh or ninth grade was opposite sex day, and I went over to my my cousin's house and put on gal's dress.
I thought you were gonna say dress again.
No, and I was like, give me the biggest titties possible. And so, you go into school and you're doing all that stuff, and you're trying to flirt with the guys that and they're all grabbing you up and doing weird, crap like that. But my name was Rita, R-I-T-A.
Rita. Rita the stripper.
My real name is Reese. So if I had a stripper name, my stripper name would have been as a woman, Rita. That's so just to answer that question.
Hey, Sharky, I got to tell you something.
But I just wanted to.
No, you're right there, and that's awesome, Rita. But your beard would actually cover your tits right now.
Oh man, well no, I wouldn't because the beard would have to go out here. You know what I'm saying? My breast would be Dolly Parton times 2. So.
Oh.
Yeah, I could be ugly as sin, but I would still be hot on the hot list.
Oh my God!
I know we digress so far, Patrick. I apologize. It's kind of my fault. I apologize.
Sorry, Patty.
Am I stuck on Orion? I can't keep up. Yeah, you definitely are, Chappelle.
You're stuck on Orion right now.
I think we lost all. I think we lost algorithm and Sharky to the some timeline. Their new. Hey, do you ever think of that we are aliens because we're from Orion? Or I mean, we're from Sagittarius.
We are. We are. We are.
We are the aliens.
We are literally in different bodies. So the skull's different and everything, but whatever we are, I don't know. Maybe we hijacked ourselves.
Well, yeah, we may have.
I don't even know if it's a good thing or not because it's a dang sure hard thing to go through and just look around and you're just like,
how do we?
Maybe we were supposed to just let go.
Easy there, Rita. Hang on.
Is our reality breaking down, or can we just not wake up because we've been through so much delusion and we've been lied to for so long, and we're gonna freak the fuck out when we fully wake up,
Okay, so Patrick, the question answers itself. Ask it again and listen for the answer in the question. Are we breaking down?
Yeah.
The answer's right inside there.
Yeah, I think we are.
Yeah, what was your second question?
I don't remember.
Okay, but as this place breaks down, we were sent here from Sagittarius to try to grab as many souls as possible and let them know that this is not how things are supposed to be.
Yeah,
You're not supposed to follow orders from a little midget 5'6" Fauci guy. You're not supposed to do this stuff. And if you're willing to hang with us while we don't do that, you're going to be okay. And if you are not willing to do that, then we can't help you. Well, you're on your own. Right? Because like literally for the last 11 months, when you started making real hardcore videos in June about this thing, then anybody who couldn't see what you were trying to tell them, you can't help them. You just let them go, you cut them loose, and you move on. But your mission coming from Sagittarius and Sharky's mission and Bolgan's probably coming from Sagittarius was to say, look, it doesn't have to be this way. You guys are out of your flipping minds. We don't live this way. This is not what humans do.
Right, exactly.
And if they can't hear it, we can't help them.
Yeah, it's sad.
It's not for them.
Well, right. It's not sad. It's not sad, Patrick. Like Sharky said, it's not for them. They can flounder with their masks and get their what do they call that? Medical device shoved into their body, and good luck for them. But I honestly think the people who can see the Mandela effect and the people who have come from another place were literally sent here to try to help as many as we can.
We've been trying.
But here's my question. Why us? We're like the I can speak for myself.
Oh, I know.
I
know,
like
Patty.
I in my early 20s the biggest asshole. I was an alcoholic in my early 20s. Boy, Why would I be chosen to do something?
Hang on, Rita.
I
Hang on,
didn't
Rita.
follow God.
Okay.
I didn't
Sorry.
follow God. I mean, I didn't follow the Bible. I grew up Catholic, but I didn't conform to that religion, and so I just don't get why we would be the ones to see this thing. I mean, I am so thankful I am. Don't get me wrong, because I would not change. I would not change it at all. I mean, I am so glad that I can see this.
Well, let's hear what Sharky has to say about that, and then I got something to comment. Go ahead, Sharky.
Goonies never say die. Kind of a simple strategy, but yeah, we don't. Even in Death itself, evidently, we're like, no, I think I'll stick around a bit. Sling those M&Ms in a little container and let me see where I'm at now, and let's go on with the journey.
And Patrick, what I would say to you, is you have a vision of who you are for yourself, but as the way your heart frequency operates with other people far surpasses whatever vision you can think of for yourself. So, and Sharky's the same way. And I've talked to Bolt Gun a little bit, and I think probably the same way. That heart frequency you have, wanting to make sure you can do everything for anybody at any time to aid them on their journey, has nothing to do with you being a lush in your 20s. It has nothing to do with your masturbation habits. It has nothing to do with your whatever. It has everything to do with what is coming from your heart space. And Brenda Mitchell and David Wolf and Chappelle and Catherine and Joe Dirt and Malia and everybody in the chat is coming from the same fucking place, or else we wouldn't be here together. Right. And so when you get locked out of your place and you're embarrassed to call your landlord, but you got to get home and it's cold, and you call him and he sends a neighbor down, that's coming from a heart space of you giving a shit about other people. And Sharky 2 and Bolt Gun and all the people in the chat I talked about, it's not that we're better than anybody. It's not that we're even not infallible. It's just that you show up in this realm wanting to help others before yourself. And that's the whole trick right there.
That's it. Yes. Thank you, Algo.
Yeah, that's the whole trick. And it's so simple.
We literally will help others before there's bread on the table. That's something that all of us, I feel, do.
Mm-hmm.
If I told you, Sharky, that I needed you to cut your beard so something, you'd probably cut it.
I cut it. Yeah, it'll grow back.
Right.
The frequencies might change if I grow it back, because I believe they're antennas,
I know.
But yeah, if there was somebody that needed some hair, yeah, I'd cut it. No problem. It's okay. It's not. This is just a thing. I am that's literally one 2 steps. Wow, listen to that thunder. I might have to go outside and revoke some stuff. It ain't happening here.
So, Sharky,
it's like the Lieutenant Dan yelling at the fucking storms, and like,
so all that snow,
bring it on. All right, here we go. Sorry.
All that snow that you guys got melted down since it's raining, or is it cold? Like a cold?
No, it's all gone for the most part.
Wow.
I got out yesterday and saw just a little bit, little bitty bit. When you drove across the lake, and then you come across the lake, and then you got the mountain kind of cut into the groove.
Yeah,
there was some there, but yeah, it's I don't know. I got the door open. It's really good.
I do have that video that Sharky's talking about crossing the bridge.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful, and the islands change all the time. The amount of islands out there.
Yeah, the video is up on YouTube of that one.
Yeah,
I think I wrote Colorado trip or Arkansas trip. Going to see Sharky is what it's titled, I believe.
Sweet.
Yeah, I miss you, brother.
Oh, come on, Sharky. Don't go getting all emotional now.
I will. I'll start crying. I ain't one for not crying. That's believe me.
Oh, I just was told
squeeze them up,
that
bitch.
I cry a lot.
Oh,
every time you get on the live stream, you cry. I'm like, I do not.
Who said that?
Somebody with a R at the beginning.
You don't. No, Patty, don't do it. Don't do it.
Hey man, it's good. All us hard timers, we're all different ages, but we're still in the same kind of age category, I guess.
Yeah,
dude, we're all Gen Xers.
We do it, and it's a nice thing.
Yeah,
I believe.
sure. We're all Gen Xers, Sharky. Patrick, what year were you born?
69.
Okay, I was 67. How about you, Sharky? What year were you born?
No, well, I'm a 73 model. So
right. So and Bolgun, if you wake up, you can tell us what year you were born. But we're all Gen Xers.
Yeah.
Gen X has to save the world.
I knew
Gen X has to save the world.
I was a kid that the Gen Xers were going to be something. We have
to save the world.
Yeah, we we have to try to wake people up. But I've been trying, and I don't know. But I always knew there was something to the X generation. Is what I've known. That we were called the X generation since I was a kid. Yeah. So yeah, that's really weird how things work out. So who won? Aaron Bragg. Aaron Bragg won the Shaw.
I can't believe I'm older than you guys.
What's so funny, Sharky?
This place. Who won? Bragg. Why not? I mean, I love it, but it's just
Aaron Bragg. Sorry, Aaron Bragg.
Yeah, it's awesome, but it's like who? Well, if you're gonna win, you're gonna brag. So, and that way it's funny. It's just I love how this place just is so weird. It's magic, magically something. Not delicious, but it is magically something.
I can tell you, Sharky, every day when I go outside, I am in awe and I am mesmerized and I am overwhelmed by what's out there in nature every single day.
Yes.
And then when here's something for you guys. So gold and silver, they call noble metals because they no matter what happens to them, you melt them down, they always go back to their original state. Right?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The only other thing that does that in this entire realm is water. So if you freeze water,
gold and silver. Is that what you said? Gold and silver?
Yeah, gold and silver. The noble metals.
Silver is water.
No. If you take a piece of gold and you turn it into something, and then you melt it back down, it always retains its original properties.
Now
you don't lose. You don't lose any part of it. It stays put. The silver is the same way. If you melt down a silver ounce, and then you turn it into, it stays the same way. The only other thing that does that in this realm is water. So if you take an ounce of water and turn it into an ice cube, when it melts out from an ice cube, it's still an ounce of water.
Yes. Okay. So now one thing I did try back in like 16, and I don't suggest anybody try it because it's totally gross. Totally gross, but I did give it a whim for about 2 weeks, and then I could not get over my mental state of this is just not right. But I did try urine therapy, right?
Oh, yeah.
I tried that, and what I did notice after 2 weeks, my pores on my skin became baby soft. My face became baby soft.
You drink it? You drink your own pee?
Well, that's what they told us in the Marine Corps. They said if you ever get stuck and you don't want to go drink creek water, pee in your canteens and just recycle it. And that's what I did for about 2 weeks. I'm not saying do it. It was very. I had to try it.
Okay, so I have a question, Sharky. What the fuck does that have to do with gold, silver, or water being noble elements?
Okay. Okay, now what I saw, and this is where it ties in. What I saw and where I used to work at the Pinewood Arsenal, and they made white phosphorus. Now, white phosphorus fucking is alive. It's a flame that's alive, and it will crust over. And you make the shit, and you can bury the fucking shit under the ground. 20 years later, you dig it up, and I saw freaking tractors burning by digging the dirt in the white phosphorus, and the crust is just there. It's a thing. Now, what I saw the other day was some guy, I forget who it was. It was some dude that had a name that people would recognize. And he took something like 15,000 gallons of pee and boiled them supposedly. And what happened is he ended up with white phosphorus. And I'm thinking, all right, we're water, and we are both the water and the flame basically, because if I was drinking that, did I turn into flames? No, but if I was to boil it down and make it crust, would that turn into a? There you go, Thunder. Boy, it's fixing to be a hell of a storm here. Talking about shit I shouldn't be talking about, I guess.
You totally lost me on the pee thing, but I understand that if we're water, and water is a noble element, then we are akin to gold and silver. I get that part of it.
Yes.
The whole pee thing.
How can water be an eternal flame as well? Because that's what white phosphorus is. Phosphorus is an eternal flame.
That's the damn good question. Over,
but how can, if it comes out of us and we're water, how can water be also flame?
Yeah, good question.
That's the I guess as above as below kind of thing. Maybe could flow into that, or whatever you want. Your imagination can take into that. It's just weird. It's weird. It's things that went through my brain.
Yeah, I wanted to say welcome, Trev, and also welcome Tammy And I know I had to have said Crunchy B by this point. So, yeah, I think we got everybody. Okay.
Don't forget Catherine.
Guys.
You can see the chat again?
Yeah, I can see the chat.
Shout everybody out, Patrick. They all love you. Everybody, you got 20 people here watching you.
Joe Dirt.
Give them all a heads up.
Brenda, Chappelle, Cammie, Chappelle, Catherine, Brenda, Joe Dirt, Algo, Tammy B, Brenda, Joe Dirt, Rationally. Oh, dearest Dawn. I didn't even see you.
Dearest Dawn. I saw Dawn. I love Dawn. I love Dawn's hair. Her hair and her avatar is so pretty.
And of course,
if her hair looks like in real life,
yeah,
I'm smitten. I'm smitten with Dawn.
Trav and Crunchy B. I think I got
Cammie's right. No, you got Cammie too.
Cammie, yeah, I said Cammie. Esther, Bill Stegman, and Brenda Mitchell. Brenda Mitchell in the red corner.
Dearest Dawn, Bullgun's awake. He's just looking at something over in the corner.
Yeah. Hey, Bullgun.
Bullgun, you're very quiet. Everybody thinks you're sleeping.
Wave hi to us. Hey, Bullgun. There you are. He is alive. He is alive.
It's alive.
Yeah, I'm awake.
So, Patrick, you getting back on your feet, Patrick?
Yes. Slowly but surely. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. I've been so busy. But yeah.
Nice. Well, it's probably true. What they say is that God never gives you more than you can handle. It seemed like you couldn't handle it, but you did, and you're doing fine, and you still got support, and you got friends out here, and amen. That, I mean, thankfully, none of us have had to go through that, because that is so fucking dramatic when you get your house burned down. It is horrific and PTSD and all that stuff, but you look happy. You got a big smile. It seems like you're doing good, and that's why I came here to hang with you, because if I can hang with Patrick while he's healing, I am the luckiest guy.
Well, thank you. I always thank you. I'll go for them kind words. And we have to take a commercial break right now. So we'll be back in 45 seconds.
Awesome.
Oh, make that 2 minutes. Isn't that how long the commercials used to be? I don't know what they're on.
Yeah, dude.
Commercial?
2 to 3 minutes. Are you gonna play a song, or am I just gonna yammer on?
Oh no, we're just gonna keep talking. That was a joke. I
can do the commercial.
We never have commercial breaks here.
I can do it.
And do what?
Dare you? I dare you, Sharky.
Commercial.
I dare you to do the. I dare you.
Meow, 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 meow. Get down.
Okay, I take it back. I take it back. I take it back. Don't do the commercial.
Get down. Get down with your bad self.
Uh-oh. Looks like my battery's going dead on my phone. I'm going to have to plug it in.
Uh-oh.
I think Sharky snorted with that laugh. That's awesome.
Huh?
Propagate the light. Propagate the light. You can join. Patrick, drop a link in for Propagate the Light wants to join.
Well, I can say bye.
Oh no, you don't have.
I don't want to mess it up.
Hey, Sharky, do what you got to do. Patrick's fine if you stay or go. Your call.
Okay.
But he's going to drop the link so Propagate the Light can join.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been,
all right. Love y'all. I'm gonna head out. But
all right, take care.
I'm gonna go kind of back into the chat. Thank you, Algo. Thank you, Boatgun. Thank you, Patty. Love y'all.
Always good to
and
see you.
everybody
Take
else
care.
in the chat that I've not been able to keep track of. All right, love y'all.
Take care, brother.
Have a good one, Shark. Okay, let me get the. Okay, I got the phone. I got it.
Rationality. Rationality. Water seems to retain memory. So if it can retain memory, it probably can retain emotion.
Okay.
What's up? Should we like you and I shut up and let Bulgun talk for a while?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead, Bulgun.
If you guys can remember what it was we were talking about, I already forgot what it was.
We were talking about Patrick's getting burned out, and we were talking about how all of the good people try to support him.
No, we had something going there. We had something going there about an hour ago.
There's like a ton of static coming through.
Yeah, it's on your end, Patrick.
Okay. So I was going to drop the link, but since I have to go out and come back in, go ahead and talk when spoke on. Let me see if it's.
Do I sound all right?
Yeah, you
How
sound
about
fine.
now?
Yeah, you're clear.
Okay.
Okay, I'll be right back.
It's you, Patrick. There you go. So what do you think, Bulgun?
I don't know what to think, man.
About the whole experience that humanity seems to be going through last year and this year? Do we have a chance at liberty? Are we going to buckle under?
Nah, brother, it's over.
You think it's over?
Talking about, yeah, you talking about making it through this? I
Yeah.
mean, what I've seen already, that I experienced this over there in the war, and this is how they started it. And I'm telling you what, man, people don't know what's coming, brother. This is how they've done it everywhere, and the news just don't cover it. And I mean, the way they broke this society down, and everything. I'm not talking so much about the mask and stuff like that, but I actually saw that too, because of the biological stuff that was going around. But the people, we're watching 90% of the people, and they're still believing something that if you've got any common sense at all, man, it's bullshit.
Right.
And you if you can look on the box of something, if you can look on the box and it says it doesn't work for what they're making you do it for, they're literally getting people who have lost their jobs. I mean, dude, they've literally had people put a gun to their head,
right,
and finger on the trigger. And there's a bunch of them, man. It's 90% of the population, and this is worldwide.
Were you in Gulf 1 or Gulf 2?
Gulf 1.
All right, so you're about my age, and I had a buddy who was Gulf 1, and he said it was the great POW roundup.
It was. Where'd all them son bitches go? They was taking them to that big castle. There's this great big castle thing over there. I mean, that thing's so big, it's unreal. I think now that the Giants built it, and it's from a time long ago. And I know all them. I could go back there and get a book right now and show you just them picture photographs that we used to take back, whatever you call film photographs. And there's this truck after truck after truck of them POWs coming from up north.
Right.
Because my fob was right on that Highway 1 and went right into Iraq.
So then, if we are done, which I don't discount that, and I think you're probably correct, for the people that are not going to comply, like yourself and me, what's that look like for us going forward?
Well, I'm gonna tell you what I've done. I worked all of my life accumulating things, and I was a gunsmith, and I built custom guns and things like that. And I probably had over 100 handguns, probably over 300 long guns. I don't know how many, probably 100 and some shotguns. I mean, a collection of stuff. And I don't know how many cars. And we had race cars, sprint cars, them little dwarf cars and stuff, and motorcycles and everything. And I've got rid of everything. And I've got one motorcycle left. I've got one long range rifle, a shotgun, and one sidearm, and a pack. And all these people, it's getting all this food and stuff ready. Man, these books, the stuff that I'm sitting around and studying now, after what I've lived through in my life and my training and everything, is these Peterson's Field Guides to Wild, what you're going to be eating, the way the Indians live. And just what the Holy Spirit's put in me and has my whole life. I've known this ever since I was a little kid, to learn how to live like them Indians did, or you ain't going to make it through this. Because I'm going to tell you what, man, them Indians, we didn't find them and discover them, and they weren't primitive. They found the way that they were living. They walked away from all this shit, and they found peace and happiness and their salvation and what they talk about, and if we give up all this and do exactly what we're talking about, that's how we're going to be living. And what the hell do you need electric for if you pack your house up and move it down south in the wintertime, and then pack it up, move it up north in the summertime? You're going to be living where it's 70 degrees. Your animals is going to be right where they need to be if you're grazing animals and stuff like that. You sit back and look at their lifestyle, and that is exactly what we're going to have to go back to, because they did that to live through the last one.
And there were about 1 million Paleo Americans or Native Americans or indigenous people before the white man came to this continent, and they lived without electricity, without fossil fuels. 200 million. I mean, that's a huge thing. So I think you're 100% on target. And it seems to be that if they're gonna take the society to a digital currency and a digital social credit score, then the vast majority will go for it. And then you, me, and Patrick will be on the outside of that. And we're still going to have to try to live in spite of that. And I think that's the trick for me. How do I live? No, go ahead.
Go ahead, man. I'm sorry. I thought you was pausing there.
No, I mean, how do you live outside of the main society that still wants their smartphone? They still want their social credit score. They still want to scan their biometric chip. They still want to do that. And guys like us, how the hell do we live when we don't want any of that stuff?
Yeah, just like I'm talking about, man. You're going to be living on. You're going to be. It's evade and elude. These guys, these tactical guys, man, they're all dressed up in that shit and got their ARs and stuff like that, and talking about engaging them. They got to be out of their mind, because for one thing, they ain't gonna send boots on the ground out to get you anyway. They got their eye in the sky now, man. Them daggone drones, and they got drones now as big as these little ones that I play with that nail you. The thing's expendable. It cost them $90 to send it out. It flies for 40 minutes. The thing, you ain't run 100 mile an hour. That's a lot of ground it can cover an area. And they got just consumer grade drones now with facial recognition on it. And as soon as I saw that, it scared the crap out of me, because like I said, I'm a gunsmith, and I know I mess with them little radio control airplanes all my life, and I know what a servo is, and that's just a remote actuator. And you put a 9mm handgun on one of them drones, and it can carry it real easy with that recognition on it. You push that, and it'll follow you on your four-wheeler or whatever. Some of them lock onto everybody's got a right specific body heat, and it'll lock onto that and track it. Well, if you just have that thing firing around every second or every other second, gee, many Christmas, your chances of making it from something like that is pretty slim. It's going to be stuck on you. And it's got terrain and collision avoidance in it. That thing they got these things that can zip through these trees now. It's just like the shit we saw in the old Star Wars or the newer Star Wars movies and stuff. Them little drones that just, they get around through obstacles and everything. After you won't stand a chance.
Right.
Just last as long as you can. I mean, there'll be areas that there won't be coverage with that stuff, but that's why I moved where I am. This is remote. This is as far away from every big city that I can think of in Appalachian. Got a big waterway down here, and it's all just big forest. It's still wild around here, but still, you take your absolutely no medical care, absolutely no support. You can't get anybody to come together. So the first initial thing that we're going to go through when we ought to have our groups put together and our FOBs put together, because you need 40 people or more. You don't even stand a chance. That's something else people don't realize. The workload of a perimeter and standing guard and getting your own food and everything. If you got 3, 4, 5, 10 people, you're going to work everybody to death. There's ratios that don't work out when it comes to consumption versus what's produced versus who can guard it. And you got to have a big group of people, a pretty good sized group of people. And like I said, this is any military guy, they've already been through this training. And this is a big thing that I run into. 90% of the population's wearing masks. 99% of the population that you run into knows nothing about this, about what it takes. And lone survivor stuff, that's a real unique person, because I'll tell you what, you take protecting yourself. It's kind of hard to do that when you're sleeping, and that's why you've always got a 2-man team. That's why sniper and an A sniper go out. You got a sniper and a scout. Just one guy sleeps while one guy stays up. You sit there back to back, and you get hurt. You get just a little bit sick. You get in the water and get too cold. Once you get too cold, you're done. You try to light a fire. Then I don't care what kind of fire starter you got. Try to light a fire after and what I call too cold. And anybody's been in the military. Let me say hypothermic, because your fingers, one of the first things that quit working is your hands. And another thing, the very first thing that happens is you lose the dexterity it takes to light anything, a lighter, matches, anything. And I had that proven to us. They get you cold enough and you got lighters and matches, tinder and everything right in front of you, and you'll upset that tinder. You'll tear your little bird nest that you make. You'll tear it up if you get too cold. And that's why they tell you not to get too cold when you feel the onset, to get one started right then, or do something to get yourself warmed up. And like I said, 99% of the population don't know any of this. You ask 99% of the population what the first thing that you have to do, is, and it's get shelter. And they'll tell you food and stuff like that.
Right. Shelter, hydration.
And hydration. And if you're dehydrated, it's hydration first, because you ought to have a poncho or something on. You ought to be carrying portable shelter.
And clearly you have been trained and this, and I guess my question, and it's not meant to be a doom and gloom question for people, but given what you studied and how you've learned and everything you've been taught, we're like in a pretty fucking bad place right now, aren't we?
Yeah, brother. I lived through it already once, but I'm gonna tell you what, man, I was in the best shape of my life, and I was fresh and crisp, and I was a fucking killer, man.
Right.
I mean, you guys, if you ain't been, you wouldn't believe what we're like when we get off of them planes and them ships over there, man. And them trucks, when they put you in climatization, when you come out of there, that this country is fighting for something else. I can speak for the Marine Corps. But now, I said, I'm an old man, and we don't stand a chance, man. It's already written down, brother. We're going to last as long as we can.
Right.
And I know that's real shitty news. Everybody wants me to, come on here and say that I got something figured out how to make it. And I always have all my life. And this is the thing that bugged me. And I read the Bible for the first time and understood. And I'm going to die. And it probably ain't going to be a good one. But
it's probably going to be sooner than later.
Yeah, that when they get done killing my ass, they're going to feel I will hurt them. I can tell you that. My family and everything, I'll do the best that I can to protect them, and I'll fight just like I made up my mind to before. Until I can't do another thing. I don't care if it's hit somebody, bite somebody, pull the trigger again, whatever it is. But I'll fight like that, just the way I was trained.
Right. And I guess the reason that I want to ask this in this way now is that a lot of people, everybody I know, thinks the future is so unsettled. They don't have a clue of what's going to come or what's happening. And I agree that's true. But that American Republic way of life, from my viewpoint, is lost and gone forever. And whatever they're going to bring to us now, if you don't want a cashless society, if you don't want a social credit score, you're going to have to fight to the death.
Yeah, this country, what we've known as the United States of America, has been gone for a year now. Just as soon as that happened. And as soon as the people did it, because they've tried it several times before. But when I saw the people do it, I knew right then that everything that all of my family had fought for, what I had fought for, what the Americans called the American pride, the sense of freedom we had, the sense of the freedom of religion, speech, and all that, it was gone. That was it. That was the death knell to it right there. And there wasn't hardly anybody knew it.
Right. And so when they get their bullshit censored on Twitter or YouTube and they think it's Patrick, that's you, brother. When they get it censored and they don't understand why, it's because it's kind of already gone.
Right. That's over. They let them. They let them, you know. I don't think I did, because I didn't go out in the street with no gun or nothing. I never raised my fist up to nobody, but I raised hell to everybody around me. And until, like I said, me and my wife, they all think we're nuts. I mean, as far as the family goes, you know, I'm pretty much out, except for Moon. I got my wife's awake, and my oldest boy, my youngest boy, he sees what's going on. But as far as, you know, flat earth and the stuff I say about the government and everything, he thinks I'm crazy about that. And the rest of the family, they wrote me off a long time ago just because of what I said about the war and stuff like that. And a lot of my brothers and everything, like I said, I've got brothers of mine in the Marine Corps. That's pretty much turned their back on me. Men that I love, because I told them what the hell I felt after I laid down there in that VA and talked to them guys and stuff. You know, I told them what the hell I felt. And I didn't have that. You know, I didn't have that. I wasn't waving no flag with what I felt.
No, right. And even if you were waving a flag, I would wager that you would wave the peace flag that we haven't used for 130 or 160 years, as opposed to the gold fringe corporate flag.
Yeah, brothers, we lose a lot of our men too, but the amount of we kill 100 of them to every one of us.
Right.
And it's not, it ain't even a fair fight.
No.
Now them boys, like my boy, he was over in that Afghanistan. They got their hands full over there. They get them up in the mountains up there where they can't fly them helicopters and stuff. And them old boys is in good shape and been running them mountains all the time. That's what I'm saying in these parts right here. That's what it's going to be like for the military. All these good old boys are running around here, you know, and the military gets in here and gets ground troops after them because stuff ain't gonna work too good. That's going to be a meat grinder there for a few years, I'd say, but they'll eventually get everybody weeded out.
My nephew had 6 tours, and he has PTSD beyond belief, but he is confirming exactly everything that you're saying.
Yeah. I stayed, like I said, I stayed in the loop on stuff, and I had brothers that stayed in. They're clear up into, well, they're retiring now, but they was up sergeant majors and master gunnery sergeants and stuff like that. And then my boy, he went in the Army because Matter if he was going in the Marine Corps, if the Marine Corps recruiter was a shitbird, I saw a big change. I couldn't believe I about threw him out of my house. He was such a shitbird.
Yeah.
I told him he was a piss poor representation. I never seen a Marine act like that. Especially a recruiter.
Yeah, but he was a kid compared to when you were there, right?
You talking about the recruiter?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I'd probably been 43 or 44 around then.
Yeah, and he was
would have been, and he's probably been 23 or 24. Yeah, he was
doing his best. Got taught wrong.
No, that son of a bitch wasn't doing his best. He didn't. that was when they didn't. The quotas really didn't matter that much.
No,
and he wasn't even paid. Sitting at the kitchen table, and he couldn't even answer. He couldn't even listen to you enough to answer a question that you asked him. He'd be sitting there nodding his head, and he'd be waiting on a question. Pretty soon, he'd get quiet, and he'd look up and be like, "But did you ask me something?" And pretty soon, I was just like, "No, but I ain't asking you nothing else."
I'll copy that.
Somebody ain't paying enough attention to that. His mind was someplace else, man. He was already home watching TV or something. I could tell that.
Gotcha. So Gordon in the chat thinks I stole your channel, Patrick. So you have to ask some questions, and I have to be quiet.
Yeah, no. At first, when I first saw it, I thought, "Okay," and then I'm like, I wonder if that's sarcasm. So yeah, I apologize for putting it up on the thing.
No, it's fine.
How dare you, Algo, steal his channel?
Well, that's what Gordon thought, and I apologize. I'm kind of demonstrative, and when I get to talk to somebody who is intelligent about where we're headed, I want to get all the information out for everybody. So I apologize that I did that.
Don't apologize.
This is what we do here. We let you guys. I let you guys do your thing, and that's the way I run my show.
I know. I love your show.
Yeah, like I said the other night, we need people like Bolt Gun, man. It's a blessing.
No, times 10.
It is.
Yeah,
it really
times
is.
10.
People don't understand. They don't understand. I have friends that are in the military, and I know I've seen them show me like getting shot in the stomach, and that shit ain't no joke, man. And like I was telling Bokan, the movies ain't nothing. You see war on a movie, that ain't nothing. I mean, I'm pretty sure some little scenes, maybe, but in all reality, man, not even close, probably. I've never been there, but you know what I mean?
The anticipation's the thing that kills you, man. It just the sitting around and waiting in between it. It's almost there's kind of, in a sick way, a relief when something happens, but the not knowing, sitting around, and then that when you're up close like that, when it got dark, them clouds come in and everything. There was some Bob's is that it was when you was to go get something to eat, when you was to go had to shit, had to piss, whatever. And then you're in there with your buddy, and it weighs on your mind so much, man. That when you get ready to go take a shit, you say, "Hey, man, if they get my ass from my mouth, you come out there and pull my pants up and stuff. Don't leave me late." I mean, it's amazing the stuff that you sit around and start pondering on and dwelling on, and that's where that PTSD comes from.
Yeah,
because everything that you did, man, you had to worry about somebody picking you out, and winging around at you or something or whatever. And then when you come home, you can't turn that shit off. I don't care what you're doing. And then when you do go out to eat, you're heightened, you're more aware then, because that's when dumb stuff happens. When you try to relax or something, smoke a cigarette, guys still, man, they light up a cigarette. You'll see veterans for years hiding them. Pull their blouse all up and everything, be standing around, and they don't even know they're doing it, and they're doing that to keep from getting shot.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yep. And that's what there. See, man, this is what I'm talking about here in the end of this. Okay, you're a real good shot. You're in real good shape. You got the right amount of ammo. You got the right amount of equipment. You got a real good plan. You get your family packed up. You get out of here. You get back up one of these haulers. You get holed up. How long? What kind of skills have you got at keeping the people around you together? That's the stuff NCOs learn their men, what it takes to keep them guys from cracking up, man. And the thing you do is you keep them busy, and you got to be a leader to get people to do things. There's a lot to this, man. And then their mental stress, how do you keep them from cracking? How do you keep from cracking under this in these situations? And it's all through experience and training, and who out there's got it.
Exactly, man. And imagine trying to do that with a bunch of dudes from the street or women.
Now they're and here's some more of the answer to the question that Algo asked me, man, just what kind of chances have people got? And like I said, against new modern age troops, young guys, well trained, well equipped, well supplied. You don't. It's God. That's it. Pray God, and there are people. The Bible says there's people that make it through into the next age.
Yep.
So there are going to be survivors, and like I'm telling everybody, man, I ain't nobody, man. This is just what I've done for my family, and I don't want to tell anybody this is the thing to do, but I wouldn't waste my money having any more than a year or two of food stores. That might be about as long from when this gets bad to where you aren't going to be able to travel. You ain't going to be able to. I can see right now one of the things going to happen to me is you ain't going to be able to go to the license bureau and get your tags for your car.
Yeah.
You have to go in there and get them. And I've been going in there without a mask on. And I think that what they're going to do is it'll be the vaccine before you can go in there. And they'll do the same thing with the grocery stores and all the doctors' offices and everything else. And I think that when that happens, that we've got a year, maybe two, where we'll be able to stay at our residence. We'll be able to do enough stuff online to keep our house payments and stuff like that going. And then after that, we're going to be what they consider homeless.
Yeah, right here in Mass, they're talking about opening up the sport events March 22nd, I believe. And guess what they're going to have outside for you? You guessed it. They're going to be jabbing you on the way in. And I heard, I don't know, it's not official, but what I'm thinking is if you don't show proof, you're not getting in.
Yeah. They're saying that to NASCAR, the little cardboard things they send out for the NASCAR races.
Yeah.
They're saying something about COVID vaccine, something on that for admittance to get the stands back full again or something.
Yeah, dude, they're gonna put stands out in front of the Fenway Park and the Garden.
Well, they'll do it for sports because I've watched men standing on high school football fields sacrificing their own sons for a good time.
Yeah, it's very sad.
Watch them play ball.
Yeah,
you watch them line them boys up, and they take them home, shoot them up with steroids and everything. That one, we had a boy on my boys football team, and he could run. I never saw a boy run like that. And I was asking him, he goes, well, he takes steroids. Said his dad's a doctor.
Wow.
I'm like, and I got to think about it. I'm like, well, hell, that's out there. I ain't gonna mention no names or nothing. Pretty soon I'll put it together.
Yeah.
What was going on or no, his dad's a teacher. I'm sorry, his dad was a teacher. And but them boys taking steroids in high school.
What do you think about these kids nowadays playing basketball and the girls with masks on? That's amazing to me. I just can't believe it.
I know. That's pure fucking crazy.
But college doesn't do it. That's weird.
Yeah, I think they have the college and NBA in bubbles. I'm not sure, but I know I heard like the NFL players were being tested.
The shitload. Same thing with NBA.
Yeah, I'm just like, man, having that fucking Q-tip shoved up your nose so many times to get that paycheck,
Oh, that's
hey, Patrick, do me a favor. Who is your new guest? It sounds a lot like Brian Stavely.
Oh, it's me, Wolf.
Oh, Wolf. All right.
I was like, Brian Stavely. Where the hell did he?
Yeah, I would have been on. If I was Brian Stavely, I would have just been talking about Mandela and Flat Earth.
Wolf, you sound a lot.
On you. No,
you sound a lot like Brian.
Yeah, because he lives. We not too far from each other, man.
You guys are Boston.
That's in Rhode Island. Pretty much we're cousins, I think.
I bet you are. Check the genealogy.
Yeah, I can't help it, man.
No, don't bother. It's not. You don't have to help it. You sound great. You sound great, and you're. The chat was like, "Who is this guy? He sounds so cool," and so I had to ask for the chat.
Oh, don't lie. I'll go.
Hey.
No, seriously. Go back and read the chat. They were all asking. He's like, he sounds awesome. Who is he? And I said, I think it's Brian Stavely, but I don't think it is because he sounds a little smarter than Brian Stavely.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right, dude. Brian Stavely is way smarter than I am.
No, he's not.
He's an awesome guy. And Brian Stavely's.
Nice. Hey, Brian's cool, but Wolf's better because Wolf's with us.
Oh!
Oh!
So, what do you guys think about getting rid of the cows because they poop too much? Yeah, that's what Bill Gates is talking about, and then make fake meat.
I heard that along.
I like my hamburgers.
I like what Brian said from High Impact Flicks. He said, "All right, we'll lock myself in the garage with a cow, and you and Bill Gates lock himself in a garage with the car running, and we can talk about what you know what I mean."
I wish the fuck he would do that.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
who wins?
For the cows. What?
The cow wins. Yeah, it's fucking retarded.
I don't understand how people are not waking up, man. It's amazing to me.
Isn't that the
level
thing?
Of stupidity.
Yeah, but isn't that the thing? It's like, okay, if you spend 3 minutes on the internet looking up the survival rate of the novids, and you look up,
I just send it to them, and they still fucking don't believe me. Excuse me.
I know. No, isn't that incredible though?
Yeah.
And when you're the only guy in the supermarket without a mask, and all the people walk around you, it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you people?
It's unbelievable, man. It's scary.
I know, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's
blows my mind.
I don't get how they can walk anywhere, like all over the place, and some of them wear the mask outside. Some of them don't put it on until they enter a store or a gas station.
Dude, some of them wear it in their car while they're driving.
Oh yeah, and partying.
I know. And
I've seen it.
What I'm getting at is I don't get how they can just take off the mask whenever and then put it on just to get into a store. You know, do they actually believe in this bullshit that's going on, or are they just pure order followers? You know,
number two.
And I think they're waiting. They think it's just gonna blow over.
And I believe they really love to wear the mask.
They do, and they love to be the person that says, "I'm doing my thing that they told me to do." They love being subservient.
I'm fitting in. Yay. Hooray for me. And guess what, guys? My mask lights up. It actually says things. It is so awesome. Yeah. I got you. It's unbelievable, man.
I feel some people that do wear the mask and they hear me talk about the mask and stuff that are just waiting for the day that I die, and they mark it COVID no matter what I die from. And
yes, because they want you to be wrong.
Yeah, so they can get the last, you know, like I knew he
was think about that. All right, Patrick.
He never wore that mask. I knew he was going to get COVID.
And now he's dead.
I still didn't hear you, David.
Oh, I was going to say. Oh, no.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I was going to say that they're already doing that, dude. They're basically saying people that don't wear masks are the ones that are spreading it or dangerous to people.
Granny killer.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's super spreaders.
Yeah,
Supposedly.
man. Better watch out.
Yeah, you got out there a bit for me, but yeah, I get it. I get what you're saying.
It's sad.
Oh, I think we.
Patrick, that's your sound again. Your sound is chopping up again.
I don't get it. That's weird. It's so weird.
What's
up, Bill?
It says Wi-Fi. Patrick, you got to reboot, buddy.
I don't know. Every time I get somebody new in here, I have to reboot it.
Yep.
Oh no.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Hey, what's up, guys?
I was gonna say that they're already doing that, dude. They're basically saying people that who don't wear masks are the ones that are. Wow, that's like way a long time ago.
Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's like a 5-minute echo.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, hey, maybe I'll jump out and try to come back in.
No, it's not you. It's Patrick.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it seems better now. Go ahead, Bill.
When Patrick comes back in, it'll be okay.
I don't get it. That's weird. So weird.
Hey.
It says Wi-Fi, Patrick. You got to reboot, buddy.
Can you guys
You got
hear
a time
me?
warp. Yeah, we can hear you, Bill.
Yeah,
I think Bill's computer's backfeeding.
First of all, hey, Bolt Gun, thank you for your service. I appreciate it. I'm a vet too, and
I think it is Bill. Is that your computer?
I have to say, Bolt Gun, you probably the only one I've heard say so many things that make so much sense in a long time.
Yeah, brother, there ain't very many people out here that actually have been through the shit, man. Actually lived through something like that. Ain't too many people have. I mean, because they've all look at all your World War I, World War II, and Vietnam vets, brother. Most of them's gone. A lot of our Vietnam vets are gone.
Try to come back in.
Yes.
No, it's not you. It's Patrick.
Yeah, I just want to iterate that, like
Go ahead, Bill.
like Algo had mentioned, you know, where we're headed. You know, this isn't something to be playing with. This is very, very serious. I mean, there's so many signs right now that's going on a day-to-day basis in this country. All you got to do is look around. I mean, come on. The Capitol's got a fence with camo wire wrapped around it right now. Are you not seeing this?
Yeah, we can
Right.
hear you, Bill.
You know, you've got thousands of troops in D.C. You got thousands of troops in D.C., but there ain't nobody up there who can explain why.
Hey, Bill, do you have YouTube going in the background? You need to turn that down. That's what it is.
I thought it sounded like a backfeed where the. I don't hear it now.
Is that better?
Yeah, that sounds good, bud.
Okay.
Go ahead, continue.
But, you know, where we're headed, I think the people in this country don't have a clue of what could happen at any moment in time in this country right now. I really don't. And it's sad. It really is. You know, from what I'm 58 years old, and what I'm seeing going on right now, in my opinion, in this country, I think the entire system in D.C. is completely broke. It's done.
Has been.
And you know, I pray that it doesn't go that direction, but right now it don't look good.
It's biblical, baby. This is all prophesied.
Yeah.
And they took out the middle class. This is the whole thing. They take out the heart of America right now. I really believe that. I don't even think they care about our guns, to be honest.
They don't. Why would they? They have let us keep the most pathetic weapons that there are compared to what. That's Bill. I mean, I'm not kidding you. Right now, you're outranged, outclassed, and the ability to use them. Your 19-year-old Marine, when he gets off of Parris Island, South Carolina, can take the old M16, like I was trained in, the M16A2, the long one, and at 500 yards, he can put 10 rounds right in your chest with open sights. And he can do it I don't care if he's cold, hot, wind blowing, whatever. He can put the dope on that and stick a round. Now, what you're up against now is you take that same Marine and you give him an M24, which is a 700 bolt action and 308. And it's got a 10 power neural scope on top of it. You just doubled his range. And when you put a circle around him, now there's your what's your average civilian? If they can pick up a rifle, it's got a scope on it, and put 2 rounds in a pizza pie pan, they think they're hot shit. And they're doing that, sitting on their picnic table in the backyard, an 85-degree day.
But an AR-15 is a war of weapons, man. It's an assault rifle.
That's the hardest thing to shoot there is in the world. The training that you go through down there to shoot that with them open sights, that thing's a hunk of shit shooting it. It's in a straight line so it doesn't recoil and stuff. And you look at a rifle and you take a centerfold of a woman laying down and stand that next to a rifle that fits a man, that fits his cheek, and it's got drop at heel. It comes down to your shoulder so your eye lines up with the scope, and it's shaped like a woman's body. And that AR is a brick. It's a fence post. But they can that's what I'm saying. They can take that and they're effective with it. And people don't train themselves to be effective. They don't try, they don't get cold and learn how to shoot it. They won't run 100. They won't sprint 100 yards until they're winded and practice shooting. They won't do it.
Well, I know where I'm going. Bolt gun. Hey, you got to train me, man.
Bolt gun's got it right.
Break me down to the ground, brother. No.
You'll know what I mean by I say this. The best weapon that we have is skill.
It's right between your ears.
Yep.
That's crazy, bro.
That's what the problem with the severe lack of that. Hey, this right here sums it up, fellers. I'm not kidding you. This whole fucking thing wouldn't be possible without the severe lack of knowledge among the people. Absolutely. They done exactly what God told them not to. That's what they took away from me, sons of bitches. I never could figure it out, man. All my buddies was all into the NFL and shit, and they was all getting together on the Sunday game and drinking beer and having popcorn and them big fucking TVs. And I didn't fit in. I'd go over and try to hang out and shit, and I ended up sitting out back smoking a damn joint or something by myself. I couldn't even get into that shit. My boy was a damn good ball player and stuff. But that's how they did it. Right? They did it a little bit of time. They took it that night right there. They took a little bit of their damn brain away from them when they went to Kings Island up there on Family Day, where their fucking company give them 10 tickets to take people to the amusement park. That shit eventually just made them dumber than hell.
Yep. Oh. Hey, I was thinking about this, dude. Do you know how we all take sides on certain things, or with the ego, or always put in a box? It's because we were all raised and brainwashed that way to be on this side or that side. Do you know what I mean? That's my favorite team. F you. I remember getting a fight with people because they didn't like the Patriots. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What? And that's what they do. That's what it's amazing. It is amazing. You gotta admit, it's evil genius, but you have to admit.
Brother, just step it up another notch, and you're in the military.
Everybody,
right?
Everybody wants to belong to a tribe, so they built a tribe. You belong to a tribe if you were a certain football fan of a team. That was your tribe. So
and you want, go ahead. I'm sorry.
They know the human spirit wants to belong to their own tribe. They belong to something,
Absolutely. That's why there's gangs formed. You got the Blue Bloods. The police are the worst gang in the world, man. They protect each other like no other. I mean, it's unbelievable. Same thing with gangs. And guess who funds all the gangs? CIA. You know what I mean? It's but
yep. No, you're right, David. But I'll tell you what, Patrick, Bullet Gun, Bill, David, I gotta bounce. It's been great. You guys are all so smart. I love. No, I gotta go. I gotta do a thing. But yeah,
I've got I've got to actually end.
I'll go and be safe.
Bullgun,
brother.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that with me, Bullgun and David. You two spot on. Bill, we didn't get to talk very much, but we will next time. So I'm out, but appreciate the stream. Everybody go support Patrick on our venture while we make sure he is safe, warm, and cared for. And I will talk to you guys next time.
Have a good one, brother.
Have a good one.
You
Have
too.
a good now, good.
All right, take care, guys.
And you guys are all more than welcome to say your finals, whatever you want to say, before we head out. So,
yeah, let Bill go.
Whoever wants to go.
All I would say is please, everybody out there, be alert and be aware. You know, and if you're a believer and you're religious, pray. Because the future, I don't like to spread bad news and anything, but I mean, come on, reality is reality, truth is truth, and it's time to wake up. And my final advice would be brace yourself, and be ready.
Yep, I totally agree.
So I'll kick out of here. Take care of yourself, Patrick. Good to see you, brother Boltgun. David, be safe, and I love all you guys.
You too, brother.
You have a good one, Bill.
Yeah, have a good one, brother.
Take care, Bill. So, who wants to go next?
I would just say, keep your eyes open and your ears open. Always be prepared and stay vigilant. I can't even say the word, but vigilant and don't. It is right. That's a great word. And don't give in to the mask or the bullshit, or even if people gang up on you. I know it sucks. I've had it happen to me, and you feel like, oh, are you doing the right thing? And damn right you're doing the right thing. So I would say just keep it trucking and keep spreading the truth, and that's about it. Just don't give in. That's what I would say. You know? But I love you guys, Bullgun, Patrick. I love you. And
love you, brother.
You guys have a, and wherever you are, it's got to be morning. It's morning here, night. But yeah, I'll see you on the flip side, man.
Okay, have a good night.
You too, Pat. Later, Bullgun.
Later, brother. Well, what I'm going to say is I'm going to give everybody just the advice that I went by, and that's listen to I didn't know what it was when I was a young man. I was in that war and stuff, but Holy Spirit kept me alive. Holy Spirit told me what to remember, and brought things to my attention. And the best thing that you can do is get yourself into a state with God and the good Lord until that Holy Spirit's loud and clear in you, because that'll tell you what water to drink and that's the only thing we got. And that's what them Indians talked about, that great spirit in the sky that they talked about, and the one that guided them, whatever they called him. They just had different names for him. The wind that blew through the meadow and stuff like that. But and Native American culture, history, the way that they lived, the things that they did, the tools that they used. Because I'm gonna tell you what, if you're young, you're in your 20s, and you make it through this, whatever you've got, the knife that you've got that's made by Buck, the bow that you've got that's made by Horton and stuff like this, 5 or 10 years of using that every day and of living like them Indians did, it'll be gone. It'll be whittled away into nothing. That knife will be and stuff. And that's the reason why they had stone tools. Because they just kept replenishing them. And once you use one of them little flint cutting knives or something like that, they ain't nothing any sharper than that and handier than the way your fingers fit on it and stuff. Then people figured that out. And that's the only kind of stuff you can have to make it through it. And if you've got those other things, you have to sell your soul to get them, the electric and things like that. You can't have them steels without the kind of refinery that we've got, the refining that we've got. And that's the reason why they had that. They was wearing animal skins and using animal skins to cover their teepees, to keep themselves warm, to put on their feet, and they was using the environment around them for their fibers, their textiles, and the animals to feed themselves, and the berries and stuff for their nutrition. And that's my advice. Prepare yourself mentally, because no matter what anybody tells you, the best weapon that you've got is between your ears, and that can be used both ways. And you learn. The hardest thing that you're going to have to learn these end times is the ability to love and caress and nurture with one hand, and be a cold, hard, flat killer with the other, and pull it off, man, somehow. And that's the hard part. And that's what I've got to say. And I want to tell you all, love you, and keep yourself in prayer. I don't pray now. I pray all day long. I talk to him about everything. I go out to do anything. Driving out the end of the driveway, I just try to stay in constant contact with him now. But I love you all. And Patrick, brother, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for the show, the time, and everything. You're a good host. I hope everything works out for you all right. I wasn't able to send you nothing. I only get paid once a month. And this stuff happens here towards the end of the month. And here now we had this cold snap and stuff. I don't know how everything's going to be, but I just, if I had something I could send you, I would. I have no problem doing it. I'm just, I'm on disability, and I just got a fixed income and just one paycheck a month. I really got to watch what I do when the weather gets cold, because I can get a fuel bill that goes over what I've got left, and stuff. But
and I don't want people to send me money if you guys are in a tight spot. No, definitely. I don't want that.
I wanted to help you out. Our house burnt back in 2010 or something. I know what it's like to go through that, man.
Dude, being on the show is a great help. So I appreciate you coming on the show all the time. That is a help right there.
Brother, it keeps me from going nuts, man. Like I said, my wife can only handle so much of me sitting around here talking about this stuff, and I just got it busting in me to tell people, just what I experienced and what I've been through, and to give my opinion, because I've never done that my whole life. I've always had to sit back because I open my mouth and people don't like it. They don't even want to hear what I have to say, because I've always been like this. Hell, I've known this my whole damn life. Somehow Holy Spirit, I just saw it coming. I come home from that war and knew what I saw was going to be right here. Something told me I had that in my heart. It wasn't 2 days after I got off that plane. But something had that in my heart.
Yeah, that's cool. All right.
Well, Patrick, I'm going to get out of here, brother, and let you shut your show down however you do it there.
All right. Take care, man, and thanks.
All righty. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, I apologize for. I feel like I wish that we could have went another couple hours, because we were having such good conversation, or they were having a good conversation. But no, it was a great talk, and I'm just so tired. I'm like ready to pass out. So I love you guys. Thanks for helping. Thanks for helping me out. And like I said, not throwing the names away. The names are gonna stay right here. And there's something that I'd like to do for you guys. So I haven't figured it out yet, but I know the names are gonna come in handy. So with that, I will bid you guys a good night. I love you guys, and stay vigilant.